In this video, I'm going to talk about how to make images smaller on your Squarespace website. Now, there are a lot of ways that images show up on your site. If it's a summary, if it's a gallery, if it's just an image block, if it's a background image, which I don't think is relevant in this video, but who knows? If it is any of those elements, they all have their own way of being adjusted and customized. So I will try to walk through all of those now. And we're going to start with the image block. So here I am on this sample website, and I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see here that this is an image block, and then I also have this image block here. This is actually a card, so this is technically connected as one block. And let's walk through how we make these adjustments. So I'm going to click Edit. And then once I'm in the editor, now one thing I know about icons that I've learned over the years with Squarespace is you want to upload them at a smaller size. What often happens is people upload them and they look like the right size on desktop, but when they go to mobile, they become way too big. This is 128 pixels by 128 pixels. And I'm going to show you why this is important now. So I'm going to double click on this image here. I'm going to remove it. And then I am going to drag this random icon here that is set at 280 pixels. All right, so the first thing is you can see here, this is a really big icon. So if I'm scrolling through the page, this is really big. So for icons specifically, you don't want to necessarily adjust the size of the icon on your site as much as the original file. So natively at the biggest size, I would say 128 by 128. That is a design standard, system standard. You could go smaller. You could definitely go smaller. Just depends on the look and feel you want. And one thing to keep in mind, you cannot update the dimensions within Squarespace. So they have the image editor where you could crop the image, but you can't change the dimensions. And to make the image smaller, in this case, you want to change the actual dimensions on the file itself. And if we go back to desktop and get rid of this, you'll see this is huge. So now let's talk about how to adjust the size of an image in general. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a section here, and I'm just going to add an image, and then I'm just going to pull an image from the site. So I'm just going to pull that. All right, so we have added this image. Now, let's say you want to make this smaller. It's taking up too much space on the page. There are a few ways to do this, and it really depends on your design. If you don't have anything on the left or the right, and you just want to make it thinner, well, in a section like this, you could just click this pen here and then change the width accordingly. So you could change it like this, and you see it's getting smaller across the page. But it's basically making the entire page smaller. So if you want something to cover more space across this specific section here, well, it won't be able to. Like this section gets smaller as you go smaller. So if you want this to be bigger, this is not the ideal way to do it. If you want to just change this image to be smaller, let's say we want to center it and make it 50% of the size it is right now. This is how you do it. So the first thing you'll do is you'll click this plus sign, and then you'll click on spacer, and then you'll do that again because you're going to need two of them. So I'm going to click there, open up two of them. Now at this point, what you'll do is you'll click on one of the spacers and you'll drag it until you get this blue line next to the other one. And then once you do that, they'll be next to each other. You'll click on the image with the hand, grab it, and drag it dead center in between both, and then drop it in. Now it's a bit small. We said 50%. So what I'll do is I'll drag it out two on each side, and you'll see here, now it's set to 50%. So this is how you could adjust the size of an image on the page. No one's going to see the spacers when they're a user on the site, but you could use the spacers to adjust the content accordingly. Let's say we want to recreate a section like this, similar to this, for example. Well, I'm going to delete this spacer here, remove, and then I will drag this here. And then below it, I will click the plus sign and then start adding in whatever elements I want. So now we've added a bit of text here for this section. So now you could customize this. And let's say you don't want this text to read across the page. It's a bit long. What you could do is click on this text block, drag it next to the spacer, and basically add a bit of padding here. So then there's a bit of space in between both of these elements. Now, let's say this image is the size you want, but you want it to be a little taller. Well, you could click on the image, and then you'll see this little dot show up here. If you click on that and you drag it down, well, you could make the image a bit bigger. So now you have an image that takes up a bit more space top to bottom, but the image is smaller left to right. And that should give you full control to customize the look and feel of an image and how it shows up on a page. Spacers are literally magic. And also here, if you click on the pencil, that is also a very helpful tool for the content width, so you could manage that. Hey guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you got value from this video, hit that like button. When you hit the like button, it lets the YouTube algorithm know some important information, but it lets me know that you got value from this content. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. And with that, if you got value from this video and if you're looking for more content just like this, I publish a new video every single week, if not multiple videos every week. Hit that subscribe button. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.